Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mike Kelly, animatorsforum.com and Real Illusion Forum. I have so many things I have to do today. I can't spend a lot of time on this. But first of all, somebody on the, on the Real Illusion Forum said, you know, that hair of yours, thanks for the tutorial, but the hair kind of sucks. They didn't say that, but something like that. And it's true that the beard hair that I was creating, not great quality, but only because I'm not a very good artist, and it's a learning tool. Those were actually the first beard I had ever tried before, and prior to that, the first mustache. So everything's a learning process. What I guess what I want to say is this tool will allow you to create as good a hair as you can get from anybody. You just have to get good at it. This is the first hair I ever created for a head using this tool. I've tried this tool in the past and I just couldn't even really get started with it. So the improvements they've made are much better. And this hair, I will say, probably took me 15-20 minutes to create, which, you know, isn't bad for this quality hair. And I think it can get even better. I'm learning as I go. Mostly I wanted to throw this guy out to you guys so that you guys would be able to create your own hair. As I don't really intend to create hair for you. I don't going to go in the selling business. Quite honestly, I can't imagine anybody selling hair anymore with this great tool. For 36 bucks, you can make all the great looking hair that you want. And so anyway, I just wanted to show you a few more things about creating a whole head of hair. I'm not going to go through this process because I don't want to do a whole 15-minute tutorial again. And like I said, I'm learning even as I go. But I wanted to show you a few things of what I did for this. So this is the hair inside a blender and how it looks when I was creating it. And what the most important thing to know about this is to get the really good quality hair. And that's true even of beards, although beards, I think you'll be better off if you make the ribbons even smaller than I had them. But for hair, longer hair, you want to make the ribbons fairly thick. And that's true if you look at most hair as it comes, and you can look at it by taking off the transparency maps, you'll see that the ribbons are pretty thick as they lay across the head. So that's one thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do, and I wanted to show you here, is you want to use multiple layers. So here I have I have 2 layers on each side. So if we look back here, let's take these off just for a moment so we can see what we got here. And we'll go to the base body, select that, and then we'll go to the verts. And then what you always want to do is you define your vertices in edit mode, like I said, and actually let's turn off the hair mesh too. And so what I defined is some verts that were the part for this guy's hair. So he's going to part it from the left side over to the right. I'm going to create a similar section to part it over the other direction. One thing you can do, of course, now that you're creating your own hair, is you can just mirror the hair, so you don't really have to go through that whole process. So now that I say that, I'm not even sure I'm going to create a part on the other side, but I am going to definitely create a part in the middle. Not so much for guys' hair, but for women's hair, because women do tend to part their hair in the middle. Guys only part their hair in the middle if they're dorks from like Dumb and Dumber or something. But anyway, so I have this hair. That section, that would be where you would comb it over. And then I have the other part of the hair, which is all the rest of the hair in the body. So that's all the rest of that hair. So you can create any kind of selection process that you want for your own selection. But when you do that, when you create all your different selections, and then you go to actually create the particles themselves, you know those particles, what you want to do is create multiple particles. So you get multiple layers of that. So in that particular case, I created 2 layers for each of those sections. And then what I did in the particles, when I'm creating the particles, if you're going to create a new particle set, you can change the seed of it. And the seed just determines where the hair, sits in there, so it kind of randomizes a little bit. So if you pick a different seed than you had to begin with, then it randomizes the hair, and then it gives you a little different look on there. And then you also play around when you're going to do the comb over. You want longer hair here. You want shorter hair on the side. I mean, I'll give you an example. And you want to reduce this down always. You're not really want to spend a lot. You don't want 1,000 hairs on here, but 300 or 400 is good depending upon what you want to do. We'll do hair again. And so we have hair all over. So for this, I was increasing the length because for head hair, you want it longer than the beard hair. So you increase your length. And I think, let's just show you, we'll just pick one. We always go down here, we pick like that one there. So that's the one on the side. So we're going to then go into particle edit, and then we'll go ahead and do our grooming. And this is the process that takes a while. You just want to comb and groom, and I'm not going to go through this whole process. But again, the hair is only as good as the person that's creating it. And I'm not the greatest person in the world. Believe me, if you saw my own hair, you would know that I can't. I don't even comb it very well. So, the better you are at being able to comb hair and play with it. But the nice thing about it is you can play forever. I created that hair that I showed you at the very beginning in 15 minutes. I'm sure that the next time I do hair, I'll get even better. And with all the tools that you have to lengthen and create and cut, I just don't think that there's any need anymore to buy hair. I think you're going to find that from now on you can do just exactly what you want. By just playing around with this, and it's just so easy to do. It will also handle longer hair, like women's hair, and that's even more challenging. But it's interesting, and also it'll do curls. It'll do curls, and it'll even do braids on women's hair. You really just have to look at the plugin. More than anything else, I was just trying to show you guys what this plugin was all about, and how you can use it to have fun. And I really think that you ought to just do your own and learn how to do it. And let's see, what do I got here? Let's strand width here. There we go. So, you have your hair. You want to make sure you always generate the children and include the parents and the children with that. But that's essentially what happens, is that you and you can comb it even when it's in this interactive mode. Matter of fact, that's how you really want to look at it and see it. Add a couple layers of hair like that, do it like I said, and you're going to end up with eventually a really nice haircut. And it's not bad. In terms of somebody other asked me on this, can it be animated? Of course. As a matter of fact, this hair, as it stands, is a lot more, if you can see how responsive this is, it's a lot more responsive than some of the hairs I've brought, particularly from Daz. The Daz hairs, and then when you try to reduce it with polygons, you have a lot of problems. So, so this hair is fantastic. I cannot recommend this plugin highly enough. And you saw that in my last tutorial about where to buy it. I honestly, all I think you guys should do is buy it yourself. Try it yourself for $36. You can generate as much hair as you ever wanted for all your characters, and then you're set for life. So have fun, and we'll see you on the forums.